Morning, everyone. Hello, my name is Meg, and welcome to the LovenStamps studio on this second day of April. Gosh, when this year just has flown by. I don't know about you guys, but I am excited to bring you a fun springtime card today with some beautiful springtime colors, featuring, as I forgot to grab it here, the Lighter Than Air Designer Series paper. So this really pretty one. We've been using this for pets cards during the month of March, but we're going to pull it out and pair it with its like supposedly the right stamp set, hot air balloon, and its matching die. So these are going to be really great cards for spring. I think you guys are going to love these. And I'm going to show you how the little pieces fit together so they're not nearly as difficult as you might have thought. And we're going to put together some other fun things with them that coordinate these and the baker's twine that go together. Lots of fun pieces that all match. So, hey, Becky. Hey, Sue. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and flip our camera over. We might as well get started stamping today. So, like I said here, we have our hot air balloon, and this one has some really great punny greetings, which you guys know I am a sucker for any pretty much punny greeting. So those make me really happy. I am grabbing here it is. Okay. My baker's twine was missing in action. So anything punny that works for me, hang in there, har, har, har. Just a note to lift you up. And we are just back from an Easter weekend. It's like the only time that my kiddos have break at the same time. So we're back from an Easter weekend in Orlando where we went to the Jungle Skipper Canteen where they do nothing but speak in terrible puns. So it's like my place and my people. I love it. All right, so I have a couple choices here. Hey, Carol. Morning, Tanya. Hey, Kelly. I have a couple pieces here of designer series, or this is cardstock, because what I wanted to do is show you that you can really change the character of a card by swapping out the paper for it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do kind of some parallel versions here a little bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a piece from the Lighter Than Air paper. I love all of the patterns in this. There are a couple of sheets that are specific to the balloons, and yes, the dies do cut these out, so you can cut out the balloons in your paper, but you can also use the papers as great background. So I've picked this one here, which is a little bit on the busier side, so it goes very nicely on either one of these papers. This is Bubble Bath and this is Pool Party, but I'm going to layer it here with a Lemon Lolly. And watch here what happens when I put this yellow paper behind. It just makes all those little yellow diamonds jump out. So there you go. Oh, Betty, the Jungle Canteen. Betty says it's the best. The butterfly table. We didn't get the butterfly table, but okay. So just an aside, if you are a Disney fan or not, the Jungle Skipper Canteen is based on stories from the Society of Explorers and Adventurers, which has this whole big Disney history and goes like across their properties across the world, like Hong Kong and Tokyo and all kinds of things, and like through lots and lots of like decades of their history. And so on the wall behind our table was this map of like sea creatures and stuff like that. And I was looking at it and I was like, hey, I think they spelled Charybdis wrong. So we like Googled to see if it was a secret Disney thing. And I don't think it is. I think they just spelled it wrong. But we were mentioning it to our server, and she's like, here, have a pen, fix it, just write it on the wall. We're like, what? You can't do that. She's like, no, really, you should just fix it. Just do it. So we are too chicken. We didn't fix it. But if you go to the library room at the Jungle Skipper Canteen and you look at the mural that has the labels on the sea creatures, sea creatures, make sure you look for the Charybdis on there. So anyway. Okay, so back to our thing here. Sorry, I get distracted by fun Disney things regularly. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to layer this because we love these papers. And I am going to say sometimes with this glue, I do love it dearly, but occasionally I do keep a paper clip handy to just make sure that it is flowing well. So there we go. Okay, and then of course, that didn't quite do the trick. One more. There we go. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this on here. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to layer this on with Stampin' Dimensionals because I love that extra visual layer you get from the shadow that goes around something that is popped up on Dimensionals. It's subtle, but it just adds so much. And honestly, I don't really think that the post office is too worried about the thickness of this. Just that extra little dimensional is not going to be enough to make a difference. Oh, but I said I was going to show you 2 different versions. Okay, well, I am. I'm going to do this version, and then I'm going to show you the other version. And we're going to see how different they are. So, yay, I know Tanya's a big Disney fan, too. Okay, so once we've got this set, now we want to start putting our pieces together. And normally I like to stamp on neutrals, basic white. In case you haven't noticed, Very Vanilla is going to be going away. So if it is your favorite color, make sure you stock up on it as soon as possible. The new neutral that's coming is a beige, and it is also, I think, going to be very pretty. But in case vanilla was your jam, don't miss that. All right, so we've got here a piece of Lemon Lolly, which is going to match our layer here. Because I always say we want to make sure that we are using a color more than once. And I'm going to go ahead and mount this here on a block. This one is a B block. And we're going to go ahead and stamp in Lemon Lolly on the Lemon Lolly cardstock. And I just realized I left poor Lemon Lolly off of our supply list. So when you're clicking through the supplies for this, make sure you add your Lemon Lolly. And we're going to go ahead and stamp this. And it gives us our fun balloon. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to die cut this. Now you have a number of choices here with these balloon dies, which is really fun because if you're making a bigger art piece where you want to have lots of choices like a sampler or something like that, the stamp set is and die set are so great for it because you have heart-shaped balloons, you have balloon-shaped balloons, you have overlays for your heart-shaped balloons, you have a basket, you have overlays here. These go across like this, okay? They also fit here on the smaller one, so you can use just a smaller piece of them by trimming them down. Lots and lots and lots of possibilities for these, as well as clouds and pennants and baskets. And we're going to talk a little about those too. But I'm going to go ahead. We're going to use our heart one here because this is going to be just a note to lift you up card. So we're going to go ahead and pop this on here and then run this through our die cut machine, through the magic of television. Oops, I haven't stamped this one yet. We're going to go ahead and pop this on here. And I'm going to get my, there we go, elements all the way to the top like that, okay? So then we're going to build some other pieces to go with this. So we have our heart balloon that's going to go on here. And then I want to add the basket. So we're going to go ahead and add this one, which is kind of like a gathered basket. All those pieces come together. And I'm going to cut this from Pool Party cardstock, which I have already done again through the magic of television. So we're going to layer this here. Like so, and I want to line it up here so that the edges coordinate here with the left and right of our balloon. And then we are going to, we want to have something that goes underneath our basket here so that this isn't just hanging open. And so that's where these basket pieces here, these choices come in. And I have one that I have die cut. Well, maybe we will be die cutting after all. They're tiny, tiny pieces, so they tend to mysteriously travel. And okay, we're gonna go ahead and do some die cutting. So here is my quick lesson for you. If you aren't sure which one of these baskets you need for your project, just cut all of them because it doesn't take you any more time to cut all of them as it does to cut one. And all right, here, come with me to my die cutting. It doesn't take any more time to cut all of them, and then you can just take your extras and go ahead and pop them into a clear envelope in your stamp case, and then you'll have them cut for next time, and you might or might not need to even cut them. So, all right, so let's take a look at these little pieces here. And we've got this one here with the tiny little baskets. We've got our tiny little strings to the basket. And then we've got two here for our sort of backgroundy basket. And I kind of like these backgroundy ones here. Let's see. We're going to pop this one under here, and it's going to go right underneath. Now you can see if I went ahead and put this larger one under, it gives just a little bit of a different effect because it's going to pop, it's going to pop out the top there. So I'm going to go ahead with this one, and it's going to give me the most gluing space anyway. So let's go ahead and pop. I'm going to put some glue again with our multi-purpose liquid glue. If you can see it, it's enough, so you don't need a ton. And I love to glue these kinds of things from this side so I can just see what's going on and make sure I'm getting placement where I want it to be. So there is going to be our cute little basket. All right. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to place this here onto our balloon. And for that, I'm going to pop some glue up here, and then we're going to just do a little support of the bottom with our with another Stampin' Dimensional so that that's all going to stay exactly where we want it. So there is our balloon piece, and I'm going to flip this to the back side, and we have both mini Stampin' Dimensionals which fit nicely on our basket, and large Stampin' Dimensionals which fit nicely here on our big balloon. So now you can do these with the round balloons, you can do them with the heart balloons, you can do them with stamped balloons, die cut balloons. Really, there's no wrong answer. So let's go ahead and pop this on here. I put one dimensional underneath our basket because what I'm going to do is grab some balmy blue cardstock, and the other thing that is helpfully included in this stamp set are these cloud dies. And I love having access to these just as nice size clouds. So we actually have, there's a cloud punch you can use. We have some clouds and some other die sets. The thing that's nice about this is that they're just, well, first of all, they're in the same case as your balloon, so easy to find. But then they also are really convenient because the size of them is right. So the scale of these to our balloons is in the right place. So let's go ahead and bring those out. So I have these through the magic of television. And because I only put one dimensional under there, it's really easy to just pop our balloon right under there, or pop our cloud right under there. So let's go ahead, and this one in the background I'm going to glue flat, so that's sort of adding to our illusion of layers here. But our front one I'm going to pop a dimensional on out here, and we are going to add it to our card like that. Okay, so now we have some balloons, and we're going to need, let's see, an embellishment and a greeting. So for our greeting, does anyone else end up with tons and tons of these white strips? This is a 1/2-inch strip. Yeah, a little bit more, but a 1/2-inch strip. And the reason that I end up with tons of these is because usually when I cut the inside layer for a card, I'm cutting it to be 4 1/4 or 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And so if you cut a whole sheet into 4 layers, then you're going to end up with these strips left over. So for that reason, I love greetings that allow us to make the most of those. And so we're going to pull in the Just a Note to Lift You Up, which I think is a super fab greeting. Oh, you can see I saved some other pieces here. I'll pop these in here too from past die cutting. And you can go ahead and mount this. Now, this is the G block. It is also going away. I would recommend getting one if you don't have one. It is my favorite greeting block for these kinds of small, narrow strip greetings. So you'll be able to use the larger H block in place, but this one's going to go away. So don't miss it if you are wanting to grab one of those. So, all right, so I'm going to stamp Just a Note to Lift You Up. And this is going to pop here on our card. And you can either use Pool Party or Balmy Blue. I think the other one, the other stamp I'm going to show you, I used Balmy Blue. And then 2 choices for your strippy end here. A really easy finish for it is to just go ahead and cut here on a diagonal. If you're feeling brave, go ahead and cut a fishtail. I'm going to show you a fishtail tip if you haven't seen this before. And then I'm going to go ahead. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to cut right up the center here, and I'm going to stop. And now what I'm going to do here, I'll trim off. I'm going to cut from each corner to the top of that little first initial cut that I did. And what that's going to do is it's going to give me a pretty even little fishtail there at the end of our card. So, all right, Betty asked, how do you store all your scraps? Could you give a tour of how you organize your stuff someday? Yes, I would love to. So actually, Betty, if you go back to the very early days of Maker Mornings with Meg, they started off as a LovenStamps studio tour. So if you go back to like episode 1 through 10, I think, and the easiest place to do that is going to be on the YouTube library because you can search for those episodes. But if you go back to those, I went through a lot of my organization from when I first opened my studio here. And the nice thing about those is that they talk about cardstock organizing and all my drawers. And I could do that for you now, but it's a little bit messy. So yeah, maybe I like that idea. It's been a while. So I think, okay, so thanks for the question, Betty. And I think I'm going to institute another round of LovenStamps studio tours. So we'll start that on Thursday. I mean, why not, right? So starting on Thursday, I'll do a card as usual, project as usual for Maker Mornings with Meg, but I'll also do a LovenStamps studio tour element. So cardstock, it will be first there. So if you guys have other things you want to see, make sure you leave them in the comments so that I can make sure to add them to my list. Oh yeah, Kelly says she likes those. And if you can't wait for them to come out again, you can go back and look at that. All right, so our banner here, we're gonna go ahead and pop some dimensionals on. You can trim this to any size needed. I actually really like to overlap the edge here because it makes this feel like it has a little bit more motion kind of going up. It's a little close to the edge for me, so I'm gonna trim this one more. There we go, okay? So we have that, but we're not finished because I want to show you our bow. And for this one, let's see. Should we do a yellow bow? I feel like we've got a lot of yellow on here already. And that balmy blue feels like it's hanging out there with no friend. No other balmy blue elements. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use balmy blue for this. These twines come all in a package together. And you get a whole lot of it. Let's see. Does it say how much? No, it says 3 spools. A whole lot, okay, is the major number. But it is very thin. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and double it, okay? And I don't really know how much I'm gonna use, but that seems like about enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and double it, and then I'm gonna tie a bow with the doubled thread because what this does is it just gives the baker's twine a little bit more presence, a little more oomph, and so it doesn't get lost on the project quite so much. So, all right, I'm gonna make those, let's see, little bow tails small. Whenever I tie a bow and I think, oh, that bow is not quite right, I usually find that the issue is that the bow loops are too big for the size of the project, for the scale. So a good practice is always to just cinch those down kind of as small as you, yep, I like that, small as you want, but on the smaller side than you think possibly. So, all right. And then I think I'm gonna trim this just a teeny bit more. Let's see, paper snips, there we go, so that it doesn't overlay our greeting. And then we're gonna attach this. Now, how to attach this? A number of choices, and I think the simplest one for me is gonna be to go ahead and put a dot of multi-purpose liquid glue on there. When you have something that has enough body to it, like the center of this knot, you can get away with that. The other possibility is always going to be a mini glue dot. And a lot of times I like to fold those like little burritos, and that little burrito fold is going to hold on our elements. So, all right, so there is our little card with the hot air balloon set. But I wanted to show you a different version of this because I feel like it has pretty different character. So here is this one. And this one, instead of using the bubble bath, use the pool party background. And they just have a little bit different character. So I do like both of them. This one feels a little bit lighter. This one feels a little bit more subtle. So whatever your occasion, you can go ahead and swap those out. And this one I use balmy blue here, and this one I use pool party. So different ways to incorporate those two blues. They're both from the Subtles family, so you'll find them both in the same assortment. And then I have a couple other cards to share with you with this set. So this one is a card by Jose Schmuck. Sorry, Jose. Oh gosh, I've known her forever and I probably, I'm saying her poor name wrong. But Jose used cardstock for her balloons, and she went ahead and stamped the layers on these. So this is a really great card with a really pretty, get to focus, really pretty crosshatch folder background. And then you can see she used the balloons, and then she used the thicker of the baskets here, which coordinate with those stamped elements, okay? And the pretty gems there. So very cool Jose card. This card is by Jill Olson, and Jill used the designer series paper too, and she did just sort of like us, we used the balloon there. So this die here is this banner, and the banner is nicely coordinated to go along with the greetings in there. And I love the way she incorporated this extra bit. So this is a really fun way to use a 6x6 piece of designer series paper, okay? So 6x6 paper, she's cut this here to 5 1/4 inches tall, and then gone ahead and scored it at the 4-inch line so that this flap here comes across the front. And I really like that. So a nice way to use that 6x6 paper and have both sides of it, right? Have both sides of your paper see it and glue it also. Okay, so a great card by Jill Olson. And then this last one doesn't use the lighter than air stamp set, but it does use the lighter than air designer series paper, and that is this cute little cow guy. And if you haven't used this punch yet, it is also in the soon to retire mini. So this guy right here, this one goes away at the end of April, on April 30th. And so you're going to want to go ahead and snag those things there. There's a whole bunch of punches retiring from there too. So, oh, Nikki, I'm glad you like these. Thanks, Betty. And yeah, Deanna says she needed some ideas for this set. So a good one. Good to be helping with that too. Now, today is actually a really exciting day for demonstrators. We are beginning our pre-order for the new catalog. And it is beautiful, but my mail's been on hold, so I don't have it to show you the full grassy, picnicky front cover of it. It's really gorgeous and super on trend. So today is the first day for demonstrators to pre-order. And if you like the idea of having early access to the in colors and so forth, you should just join us. We actually, there's a link in the video description with more information about joining my LovenStamps demonstrator family. And with that, you can pre-order from the pre-order list in your starter kit. So you don't even have to wait until you're officially a demonstrator. You can go ahead and sign up and get the new in colors and so forth in your kit, which is really exciting. So those new in colors will begin in May for everyone else. And they are a really fun set of new and sort of fresh pastels. I'm excited to be able to put those to work. So watch for all of the new catalog things that come up then. Yes, I will be doing a paper share and it will include an option for the new in colors. All the coordinating card bases and stuff that I include with paper shares will be included in that. So watch for that. And also, so yesterday was technically the last day to sign up for the April inaugural month of the Maker Club, the Why Did I Buy This Maker Club that my friend Lynsay and I are starting. It's a fun collaboration. We're so excited. We have a great crowd joining for this first month. If you reach out to me and you're like, Meg, I really wanted to do this. I can't believe I missed the April start date. Can probably for another day help you jump in. But after that, you'll have to wait till May because then, you know, we'll have everything solidified for this first month and so forth. But that is coming up. And there is a link, I think, in the video description for that also. Or you can go to my website at LovenStamps and look for the Maker Club information. So that's coming up too. Anything else? April is the beginning of a new month, so we will have a new set of monthly tutorials, and those are for anyone who places an online order in my my online store during the month of April. And I haven't picked the stamp set yet, so I need to get on that. But kits for the March monthly tutorials, if you've ordered $50 from my online store in March, then $50 or more, then those kits will be going out in the next day or two. So watch for those to be very soon. Let's see, I can't think if there's anything else. I feel like it's like the news at the beginning of the month. If you're a LovenStamps demonstrator, watch for email and an invitation to our Fun Friday stamp night, which is going to be this Friday. And if you are interested in joining our LovenStamps family, this is a great time to do that. And then you can join us on Friday also. Finally, we are going to be welcoming our close to my heart friends over to the Stampin' Up side of things. And so if you are a close to my heart maker, I would be happy to talk to you if you have any questions about joining Stampin' Up. And if you are a close to my heart fan, know that Stampin' Up will be carrying some of the close to my heart product line. So you'll be able to get those upcoming too. So we're all excited about the news here, but let me know if you have any questions as always. And with that, I think we're set for today. I'll be back on Thursday with another Maker Mornings with Meg and a short episode of the LovenStamps Studio Tour as an add-on to that. So yay, we come up with fun things together. I love chatting with you guys. So have a wonderful day. I hope you are dry and sunny where you are. We are neither of those things, but at least it's green. So we'll talk to you guys soon. Happy stamping and have a great day.